I made my dream watercolor palette a little over 2 months ago, and I think it's time for an update. Overall, I have loved using this palette so much, but my first update is that one of the colors has got to go. And it's not even because I don't like the color. I love this color. This is Ingram's Cobalt Teal. It is stunning. But over the 2 months, it has never fully dried out. As a matter of fact, when I returned with this case from Spain, it had been turned upside down and it had leaked out and just oozed everywhere and made a huge mess. So I need to replace it because I do want this set to sometimes maybe travel with me. I really did like this color, so I checked some of my swatch cards because I was hoping I would have another teal kind of like this, and unfortunately in my collections I don't. So I decided to replace it with a different blue. This one is my Stormy Blue, which is a handmade watercolor that I have, and it is a nice deep blue with some granulation effects. I thought that it would be nice and complementary to the other blues or the other main blues I have in this palette. Speaking of blues, but blues that I don't necessarily consider blue, I need to add some more indigo. I have used so much of the indigo that I put into this that I need to refill it. It is still blue, but it is so blue it's nearly black, so it is my typical go-to for black. And as you can see here, when you put those two blues I put together, they are both dark blues, but there's a pretty big difference between the one I just added and then the one I'm refilling. And I have one final one to refill, which is this Van Dyke green. I kind of threw this in here just as a different type of green color, and it has become one of my favorite colors. I love adding this. It looks really good with more of the oxide type greens. It looks great with those brighter greens. I love this color, so I need to refill this one as well. As a side note, the way my watercolor tin usually looks is kind of like this. It's really messy. I kind of enjoy the mess because once everything dries out on those little wells, I can actually use those colors in my next painting session. Sometimes it helps to kind of get things going, and then also I feel like I waste less paint. But sometimes you do need a fresh start, so if you've never had to clean these out, they're pretty easy. You could take them over to a sink, or you can spray them with a little water and then take your painting rag and just wipe them out until they're clean or cleanish. Also, if you have any recommendations for another type of cobalt teal or close to cobalt teal color that will actually dry, please let me know in the comments.